What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video of mine. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining. I hope you learned something or can relate to this in some way, but I'm not going to waste any time here. I want to jump right into this because I am super excited. So this is the first time I've ever mowed this clover plot. I'll give a little bit of a background history to this. So this food plot's a 1/4 acre, a little bit over. This was nothing but briars and trees like everything else you see around. We brought the skid steer and excavator up here, cleared out this entire area over the course of 2 years. We doubled the length of it last year. And I planted clover in this the end of July last year. And it wasn't doing so hot, and this year it's really blew up. It is looking great. I'm beyond happy with this. I just can't believe it. And I've done a lot of research on mowing clover plots, when to do it, how to do it, and I've got a lot of different mixes of opinions. So basically what I'm going to go with, which makes the most sense to me, is there are weeds in here that are starting to come up, and it is some of the weeds are flowering. They're starting to flower, seeds are growing on them. So my main focus today is to, I'm going to leave about a mower deck width all the way around this unmowed. One, for an experiment to kind of see how it goes. Someone had commented that and say mow half of the plot and leave the other half growing. I'm going to kind of use that experiment in the part that I don't mow around the edge, but I kind of want to create a bit of a barrier that grows taller, make them feel a little more secure in here. Actually, I would say it's about 75% clover, about 25% winter rye. It looks phenomenal, it really does, but I want to mow all this down to about the same level. That way the clover can, it'll grow a little bit faster, it'll shade out all the weeds, and hopefully we get a little bit more dominant clover in here. We'll go out here, we'll walk around a little bit, and I'll show you the actual clover and the winter rye, and just show you what we're working with a little bit. As you can see, we've just got a ton of clover in here. I mean, a ton. And most of this is white clover. There is the occasional red clover, as we can see here throughout. And there's another one here somewhere. But there is the occasional red clover. But majority of this is white clover. This is all Whitetail Institute perennial clover, and I did frost seed this I think in February, end of February, but as you can tell, there's not really a ton of weeds in this if you look across it. So there are some weeds, you can kind of see them flowering right there, but that's the main point of mowing this, is to eliminate those and let the clover kind of sprout up a little bit quicker than that, and shade it out, cover it up. We won't have to worry too much about weeds. And really, it's just a clover plot. I'm not too concerned about weeds, really. I mean, I want to keep them to a minimal, but I want to keep the weeds to a minimal, of course, but it's not something I'm crazy worried about. So I'm going to get to mowing here, and I'll just set the camera up. It shouldn't take me but a few minutes to mow this, and I'll just video the whole time of me mowing. But I'm thrilled. So let's start doing this. This looks phenomenal. I'm super happy. I'm really impressed with this, actually, how it looks after mowing it. So one thing I do want to note what I did here is I left the mower deck all the way up on the tractor. You know, from what I've read is you want to mow it when the clover, the plant itself, is like 12 to 16 inches is, from my understanding. You want to mow it down to around 6 or 8. I'm not exactly sure how tall that is, but I'm gonna guess it's in the ballpark of 6 to 8 probably, with the deck all the way up. So hopefully the clover really takes over and grows above everything else, you know. You know, this is one piece of clover, and just look how big that clover is. I'm just super impressed with this. And something else I want to note about this plot was this was the rockiest soil. I mean, this plot, the soil was nothing but rock. I can even throw clips in here, or you can go on my channel and check out all my videos on making this food plot. This soil was so rocky after I tilled it up and dragged it. It's actually unbelievable that this is what it's turned into. I did no soil. Something else I want to note, I did 0 soil tests on this plot. I threw 100 pounds of 12-12-12 fertilizer on this. I threw 200 pounds of lime on this, pelletized lime. I didn't do ag lime because of inconvenience of spreading it, so I just did pelletized lime. So soon I need to get some fertilizer with no nitrogen, like an O24-24, and spread on this plot, help give this clover a little bit of a boost. And I'll probably lime it again. This really just goes to show that you don't have to be perfect. I mean, this is about as rough as it got, and look how good this looks. I mean, and deer use it. Deer are in this. So I'm just super excited to see what this plot brings this season. So my first thought with this was I'm not gonna mow this till around Labor Day, when most of the clovers flowered. That way the seeds kind of spread a little bit and help germinate. But I just noticed it was getting really tall, and I read something the other day about when you see weeds start flowering, mow it so they don't take over and more don't start germinating and take over the plot. So I decided to come up here. It is May 2nd of 2024 to mow it. Also, another thing I want to say, I feel like I'm saying 10,000 things, but I just want to kind of pass this information on, is for the next like 6 days it's supposed to rain. That's the only reason I cut it today also. I guess you're not supposed to cut it if it's going to be dry for a while, so want to cut it and then get rain on it as soon as possible. So that's what we'll be looking like. I'm going to go throw a card in this trail camera up here, and then we'll head out of here. So we're walking to the trail camera. I got it on the lonely tree in the plot. You can see all this clover. And now most of the stem stuff that's chopped is clover. So hopefully, from my belief, is that will flower back out to a clover, you know, and this will be like 90% clover. So here's just another view of the plot where you can see my blind. And I kind of left it, I made the gap a little bit bigger between the blind where that corner is with the taller stuff. That way they don't get so close to the blind, because sometimes they do that and they get to checking me out when I'm in there. So whatever. But this is killer. This looks awesome. My hope one day is that turkeys will use this. I got like no turkeys in this area. I've had one picture of a turkey here. That's been 2 years ago, long beard. Down the road, my house is a mile down the road, and there's turkeys around that area. I don't get them at my house, but the property up on the hill behind me, there's quite a few of them up there. So I'm working on building a clover plot up there. I've got a series on my channel, you guys can check it out too. I'm still working on clearing that food plot out, digging stumps out, and getting ready to plant, you know, this fall. I'll plant that around the same time I planted this last year. So we'll have 2 clover plots, and hopefully it does just as well as this one, if not better, because I've learned a lot off of this one in the last 2 seasons. So I'm super stoked with this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this was somewhat informative. I know I yapped a lot, but this is a learning experience for me. I hope it is you too. Let's learn together. Let's grow together. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, if I did something wrong, if there's something else I should have done, or something you want to see. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. I really appreciate you guys watching. See you next time.